Hello and welcome to Family Movie Collaboration, the show where I review family movies both current and nostalgic, but not too nostalgic. We all know for the fact that we grew up watching cartoons.
Ranging from the ones from the 80s to the ones we got today, cartoons have been around with us since the day cartoons existed. Sure, we've got some good ones and a few bad ones every once in a while, but we are always treated to the good old-fashioned drawings being brought to life from, well, every screen we have.
But however, one type of cartoon that has everyone hooked on when they first started is, of course, created by our buddies in Japan, simply known as anime.
And that's really quite an accomplishment. With cartoons we've got growing up, we usually have a little connection with them. But with Japanese anime, we've had a bigger connection with them from anywhere in particular, from high school and college to club meetings and conventions that we die-hard fans go to. That's how good it is. I mean, sure, we do get some bad ones every once in a while, and even some live-action films that we sometimes have mixed feelings about, but still, we connect with it in a bizarre way. They always put a lot of time and effort to give us what we have been given to us past and present. But a lot like every other anime fan out there, we always ask the number one question, which anime do we think is the best? Which one stands out with their best story, best animation, best character setup, and overall, which message they give to us?
It's pretty tough to recall, but I have figured out my top 10 favorite. Why top 10? Because 10 is always the best number to go for in any kind of list. Now, just to keep one thing in mind is that this is my list. So if I don't have an anime that you think is the best and wish to see on this one, then I apologize in advance. But however, if I were to make another anime list like this, then I'll see what I can do to include the ones that you think are the best. So, grab a seat, get your cosplay ready to go, and let's watch our creations made from Japan. This is the top 10 best animes of all time.
Number 10. Dragon Ball Z. For many different animes out there that can be pretty epic, including one that I'll get to later, Dragon Ball Z, I have to say, is probably the best written. In this anime, it centers around a dragon warrior named Goku who travels around to defend Earth from a group of bad guys ranging from street fighters from space, powerful robots, and even magical creatures because of, you guessed it,
magic.
And of course, let's not forget the most memorable characters in the entire show, Vegeta and Nappa. Oh my god, those two are amazing. I'm not even kidding. These two are so memorable, it's like you can combine Dumb and Dumber and Smosh while using leftover effects from the Hulk movie with memorable dialogue like this.
That voice, I see. You're the one who defeated Raditz 1 year ago.
My voice.
And this.
That was luck! I'm the second strongest Saiyan in the universe!
And the internet crown favorite.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
And you will not believe the dialogue from them in the abridged version is pretty hilarious.
You okay, Vegeta?
Yes, just an aneurysm out of sheer stupidity.
Wow! Didn't think you were that stupid, Vegeta.
I don't mean to be rude or anything, but to me, Vegeta sounds a little bit like Tim Roth from the Planet of the Apes remake if he is crossed between Mel Gibson and Charlie Sheen, with the voice of Donald Trump if he has the common cold. In fact, can we play this to make it more funny?
I apologize for my lateness, Senator. They'll beat their chests and ask for my help. Your family, above all, have been compassionate. We are not just soldiers. We are friends.
You see? You can't argue with that.
This anime is pretty spot on with its clever animation, brilliant voice acting, and clever writing. But the reason why I put this at the bottom of the list is because, don't get me wrong, I do think it's pretty good, but I think it can't beat out some of the other animes in terms of epicness. But by far, with a lot of great ideas thrown in, Dragon Ball Z is truly one anime that people always come back to. Number 9. Soul Eater. Since it is clearly one of those animes that is loosely based on a Japanese manga by the same name, this anime in particular truly knows how to catch the eye of their audience without raising the bar too much. It takes place at a school called Death Weapon Minster Academy, or the DWMA for short, in the fictional town of Death City, Nevada. Yeah, this is actually an anime set in a fictional city in our country. I don't know if there's anywhere else that they can think of, but hey, if they can have most animes take place somewhere in Japan, I guess anything's possible. The school is run by Maka Albarna and her partner Soul Eater.
Was Jay Hungry already taken?
As they, and along with the others, band together and they use their weapons to defend and absorb the souls of a witch and 99 evil humans.
Well, that's surprisingly dark.
Apart from the manga, the anime tries to give us the understanding and feel for the characters and the smoothness of the animation. But however, this anime truly knows how to capture the feel of the manga. And while I admit it is a great anime, I feel this one felt a little bit more complex and trying to bring out its commentary, even while featuring Medusa for no apparent reason. It's a great anime and truly one that many people can't get enough of. Number 8. Azumanga Daioh and Bobobo. I put these two on the same spot is because they actually share one thing in common, having a bit more of a comedic edge. Now this is actually a difficult challenge for most comedic animes of today, but these two surely know how to do it in the right place at the right time. Azumanga Daioh, for example, wants to try to tackle the natural, everyday life of teenage girls, but in the right way. Sort of. It centers around a kid named Chiyo Mihama, who is struggling to fit in with the cool girls who are about 5 years older than her, with a group led by their homeroom teacher Yukari Tanizaki and their friend Nihamo Karusawa. What really makes this anime work from other animes is, of course, the comedic writing. There are some moments that are so funny I couldn't help but howl with laughter. Like, look at these scenes.
I see you're getting help already. Muy fantástico, wunderbar, muy excelente, muchacha. Let's all sit together and... No, stop! We have to wait! You can't eat it
yet! There is no way you could try to make it not funny. This is comedy gold.
Bobobo, however, does exactly what Azumanga Daioh does, but from a completely different point of view. It takes place in the year 3000X, or as the Japanese would like to call it, their version of the year 3175, where the entire world is being conquered by the Maruhage Empire, organized by Tutsuro, or as they like to call him, Baldy Ball the Fourth. But all things were changed as a heroic rebel named Bobobo, as he and his team, the Hare Hunt Troop, to fight for what else you could say but justice! Unlike Azumanga Daioh, this anime has some of the best comedy ever written. There is nothing but inside jokes, satires, parodies, and nothing but randomness popping out at you when you least expected it. Don't believe me? Then look at this clip.
It didn't work!
That's not what it's for!
You see? How can you not laugh at that?
But still, with all of the really funny jokes that they can throw in, both of these animes truly know how to deliver the right punchline at just the right time.
The cannon has a speaking role?
Number 7. Fairy Tail. Much like Soul Eater, this is just so happens to capture the feel of the original manga by the same name, but it just so happens to be a little bit more. It takes place in the world of Earthland. Kind of weird for a name of a world. Isn't that like calling the United Kingdom British land? Where we see a teenager named Lucy joining a wizard guild known as Fairy Tail. Along the way, she meets up with a dragon slayer named Natsu Dragni and his cat companion named Happy.
Interesting name for a cat.
As the three form a team to go on various missions together all over the entire, again, Earthland. Still, such a weird name for a country. What really makes this anime work in my opinion is not just for the clever animation, but mainly for the brilliant voice acting. Mainly from our main characters. Tia Ballard as Happy is by all means hilarious. Todd Hapricorn as Natsu, and let's not forget, Jeremy freaking Lee as Lucy. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Okay, I might be overpraising this too much, but let's just forget about that and just move on.
Again, this anime works in my opinion, it's because for its incredible voice acting and brilliant animation. And while I have to admit there are some other parts of it that makes this anime work, but those are the only ones I can address. It's creative, smart, and brilliantly well written, and we will always keep on watching it over and over again.
No kidding, I bet that poser can't even breathe fire like a real dragon.
I don't get it. Your friend Igneo looks like a dragon?
Number 6. Cowboy Bebop. As much as anime made for adults can make us want to watch over and over again, Cowboy Bebop surely knows how to do it without messing it up in particular. It takes place in the year 2071, 60 years after a major accident with a hyperspace gateway, which might be stolen from Stargate, as we see a group of bounty hunters working for their spaceship named Bebop. With the bounty hunters being Black, Spike Spiegel, Flay Valentine, Ed, and Ian. Where do I begin with this anime? Not only does it satire action, science fiction to comedy, it truly knows how to at least create a clever story to catch the idea for adults. Much like Bobobo that I talked about earlier, it knows how to deliver their comedy while trying not to throw in too much of it in particular.
But the one very important question remains. Why the hell hasn't any one of Ed's inventions ever been brought to the general public? Seriously, they look incredible! Can we get a Kickstarter for this?
Number 5. Attack on Titan. I was gonna put Naruto on here, but I want to go for one anime that can be epic, the biggest, and the best. And that is definitely Attack on Titan. It knows how to be epic, knows how to be amazingly well done, and knows how we could keep coming back to it. And might I add that the Junior High spin-off is not too far behind. But nevertheless, I've never seen an anime that is so incredibly well done as much as Attack on Titan. It takes place over 100 years where a species of giant human beings named Titans wiped out and devoured the human race without any reason whatsoever. As a result, they ended up building a giant wall to protect themselves, but it is all changed when the Titans are reborn and, once again, wipe out the entire human race, and now, it's up to the humans themselves to fight for survival and try to stop the Titans.
Now, some of you may think that this anime works because they wanted to bring epicness to an all-new level. Well, that may be the case, but that's not exactly the reason why. Hear me out.
We've all seen major survival animes before, like High School of the Dead, King of Thorns, Future Diary, etc. But Attack on Titan somehow brings the whole survival anime genre to an all-new level. With not only a clever story and amazing animation, but really awesome characters that you want to see make it out okay. The incredible camera work that you see in a Michael Bay movie.
If Michael Bay was never involved with this.
And let's not forget the show's main theme song that anyone can play over and over again, makes you want to rock really hard.
Oh God! I bet if you play that song in every single fight scene, surely it would become even more awesome. Don't believe me? Well, let's see what happens if I play this music over the fight scene in Braveheart. You see?
With all of the epicness thrown in, and all of the clever writing, clever animation, and amazing camera work, you could always find something truly amazing in this awesome anime.
Okay, I know you guys think that this is too low on the list and should be at number 1 without any reason whatsoever. Well, believe me when I say it, there are other animes that are much better than this. No matter how much you liked it.
Number 4. One Piece. Now, we've never seen anything centering around pirates in the media, well, except for these Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But One Piece, however, truly gives pirates their identity and clearly knows how to be believable. The anime centers around a pirate named Monkey D. Luffy, who sets off sailing the seas in search of the One Piece, get it, like the freaking title of the anime, in order to become the king of the pirates. Now, like I said before, not a lot of pirates have been in anything in the media, but One Piece clearly knows how to actually feature them a bit more. What really makes this anime work is, of course, its tone for each of the characters, the animation being incredibly detailed, and how they move is somehow pretty creative. The story can sometimes be a little dated, but it's part of the fun of what makes it incredible to watch.
Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Is there one other anime that has a story that is a little dated, but we still respect it for what it is? Well, you guys are in luck because there is one in particular. Don't believe me? Well, join me at number 3.
Number 3. Pokemon. Just Pokemon. As One Piece truly has an incredible story that is incredible to watch, Pokemon, however, surely knows to have one that you will never let go. Also, unlike other animes that are loosely based on their mangas, this one, however, is based off on the ever-popular video game by the same name. Kids everywhere, whether they be a fan of the game or not, became obsessed, making it bigger and better than ever before. And this anime surely knows how to prove that. It centers around a kid named Ash Ketchum and his partner named Pikachu, who goes off on a journey to collect as many Pokemon as possible. Along the way, he comes across some other trainers who want to join Ash while they try to stop the evil Team Rocket in order to become the world's greatest Pokemon master. And honestly, I should stop right there. If I was to go into more detail on this one, I'm sure it would take up the entire list. But still, lots of people have been wondering why this anime is pretty good. I say the one thing that makes it work, unlike most anime, it carries over and ties into the original video game that it was based off on, such as gym battles, the landscape, and the characters.
While it is a good sign to make it more like the original video game that it was based off on, the other reason why is because of the major impact to us when it came out.
And seeing of how it's still going on for over 20 years in the making, and it was of course the very first anime that I grew up with, yeah, I already know what you guys were thinking when I said that, but I won't explain why. Pokemon has gotten a major cult following that no other anime has ever gotten, With over 800 episodes and still going, giving us nothing but countless amount of merchandise, and let's not forget, the series was so good, it managed to give us a whole 18 movies, in which I'll get to some other time, just as soon as people start requesting me to do them. True, it's not high enough on the list since it is an anime with a major audience, but I'm sure it's one anime that will last for a long time. Number 2. Yu-Gi-Oh! Around the same time Pokemon was around, people in the anime industry wanted to create something that can be a little bit like it, but done much more differently. Some of them are good, while some of the others can be a little bit dated and bad. What they're all missing is, of course, trying to have the continuity of it while giving it a completely different tone, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Happens to be that exception. It centers around a boy named Yugi Muto, who is possessed by a spirit residing in a puzzle known as the Millennium Puzzle. But then it is approached by Maximilian Pegasus, the creator of a game called Duel Monsters. And just like Pokemon, wherever there be a battle, it is a fight for survival until someone comes out on top. Now, one of the joys of this anime that it has been given a different tone on it, while trying to be a little bit more like Pokemon, in a good way. I have to admit, it's not as good as I remember it growing up for when it was on, but I clearly understand why. But by far, in my opinion, I think the Duel Monsters series is what made this anime look and feel awesome in a way that no one else could possibly manage to create. Pretty dark and intense, but always fun to watch, Yu-Gi-Oh! Surely knows how to create an environment off of one anime, but with a completely different turn on it.
Now, before we move on to the best anime of all time, I think I should do a runners-up. Now again, keep in mind, this is a tough one I have to go for. So if I don't have an anime that you think is the best and you wish you should have seen on this one, then I do respect them either way. So, with that said, here are a few honorable mentions.
Bleach. Okay, it doesn't hold up the best over time in terms of being an awesome anime, but through its clever animation and awesome voice acting, it's truly worth a watching. Black Butler. Truly it is goofy and over the top in terms of dark and surreal anime, it's worth checking out. Sword Art Online. A lot of people have been telling me about this one, and I can see why. It's creative, well written, and animated well, so what's not to like? Hetalia. Pretty well known for many fans everywhere, but it was pretty creative with its story and I liked it for what it is. And finally, Ouran High School Host Club. Yeah, it comes close to being out free, which was one anime that I felt bad for not including, but it's still worth checking out.
And now for my number 1 pick. Again, this is a tough list for me, so if I don't have an anime that you think is the best, then I apologize in advance. But this one, however, truly is the best. And seeing of how other animes such as Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are allowed to be on this list, then this one should. So, let's not waste any more time, let's get right to it!
And the number 1 best anime of all time is Sailor Moon. We all know that animes are more targeted towards boys, so why not just make some for the girls? Again, just like I said on Yu-Gi-Oh!, some of them turned out good, while some of the other ones got the proper response that they deserved. But what a lot of good ones have been doing is, of course, trying to get not just women to watch it, but also every once in a while some men to enjoy it as well. And nowhere that is actually more creative and fun to watch than, of course, Sailor Moon. The anime centers around a high school student named Serena living with her talking cat named Luna. No, not that Luna!
Why, Serena, I came to see you, of course. Who else?
That's more like it. But when trouble arises from an evil queen named King Beryl, it's up to Serena taking on her superhero identity as Sailor Moon to try to stop them. Along the way, she meets up with the other Sailor Scouts to try and help her out, and every once in a while, whenever one of them are in danger, another person by the name Tuxedo Mask comes in. And just like what I said on Pokemon, I won't go into too much detail on it. Now I know that there are some other characters in the show and some new story arcs as well, but like I said before, I won't have the time to talk about all of them. But to me, what makes Sailor Moon really good is for, not just for its clever characters, amazing voice acting, and awkward camera angles ever shot, but it's for its wonderful animation. I have never seen an anime so good that it has to have clever animation like this. And just when you think an episode was going to end, it leaves you wanting more. It was cute, creative, almost pretty controversial, but it leaves you wanting more. What else can you say, bud?
And I say on behalf of the moon, I shall right wrongs and triumph over evil, and that means you.
And they are all the absolute reasons why Sailor Moon is the one anime that fans like us keep coming back to.
She's the one, Sailor Moon.
And those have been the top 10 best animes of all time. It just goes to show you that whether it be something in the media, you will always find a connection to it that you couldn't let go. Especially if it's from some goofy, over-the-top, and incredible cartoons from our buddies in Japan. Again, I do indeed apologize if I don't have any that you think are the best, but again, this is all just opinion-based for me. So, if you have any animes that you think are the best, feel free to list them in the comment box below, and if possible, I will do another top 10 anime list like this. And, seeing of how I'm currently a fan, I think it's one type of connection we couldn't let go. With that said, this is AckleyAttack4427 saying, peace out, and have a nice day. Oh, wow. This is sweet. Oh, Miyazaki, you're so talented.
It didn't work!
Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here. Thank you for watching this latest episode of Family Movie Collaboration. There was a lot of time and effort being put into this episode, and we're glad how it turned out. Thanks for watching, and thanks for making this possible. So, if you want to see the previous Family Movie Collaboration review on the trailer for Marvel's Ant-Man, click the video on the left.
Dude, did Thomas the Tank Engine make a cameo in this movie? He did! Thomas the Tank Engine made a cameo in this movie!
If you want to see an episode of Thomas's Adventures with Sam the Thomas Fan 1 and AckleyAttack4427, click the video in the middle that'll take you to episode 30, Bowled Out.
Shaking and spluttering, the diesel stopped.
And if you want to see a video on my main channel, click the video on the right that will take you to my convention vlog on Anime Boston 2015. Yeah, but still, what can you say for a convention filled with 20,000 attendees?
Boy, that is awesome.
Oh yeah. It is pretty much awesome. Speaking of that, if you want to see our own content that me and Sam create, then feel free to click on one of the two icons that'll take you to our main channels.
If you have any constructive criticisms or any advice on how we can improve our videos in the near future, or want to leave requests for what the next family movie collaboration review will be, then feel free to leave them in the comment box below. If you want to see more videos on this channel coming up in the near future, then feel free to click on that subscribe button. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next review. Until then, take care! Hey everybody, this is Ackley Tack4427 here. I do indeed apologize for the crappy webcam effect. I'm just recording off of my laptop as usual. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video real quick since after you saw the video annotations bit like you usually do. Just two things I need to address here. First of all, thank you so much for helping this channel get over 100,000 hits. We totally achieved our expectations, and Sam and I were quite impressed by this milestone. Like, we thought it was going to have very little views for when we first started, but now it seems a little bit more than that. So, yeah, thank you so much for helping this channel get to that major milestone, and here's to hope we'll make it to about 200,000 or maybe even more in the near future. Yeah, and the second thing I need to address here is that I'm gonna be coming back to Retro Game Con. Yeah, if you're following me on my main channel, I did a convention vlog on last year's Retro Game Con. It was the best video I've ever put up in 2014. I had a complete blast there, and I'm really excited to be coming back to this year. And yeah, so yeah, it will of course be on Saturday, November the 14th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Except this time it's going to be at a brand new venue this year, which will be the Center of Progress building at the New York State Fairgrounds in Syracuse, New York. But it's not just me that's going to be coming back here. It's also James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, who you may remember. I think he did like a little cameo in my vlog that I did. Boy, I seem to be mentioning my convention vlog on last year's Retro Game Con twice in a row, but I'm getting off topic. So yeah, it's not just me that's gonna be coming back. It's James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, that's gonna be there, but also Grimsy42 is gonna be there, Mr. Fantastic Presents will be there, and the Sprite Lovers will be there, and you name it. And just wanted to give you this real quick. Not only am I going to be there as a normal con goer, but I'm also going to be hosting my very own panel. You heard right, I'm going to be hosting my own panel. What, you may ask? Well, it is of course going to be entitled Ask a Brony. It's where of course you get to ask me questions, or should I say it's going to be a more suggested or very a straightforward Q&A panel on the topic of both the show, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and the creativity of the Brony fandom. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and the panel will of course be taking place on the day of the con, Saturday, November the 14th, from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Twilight Town Room. But in order to see me at the panel, you must attend Retro Game Con in order to see me there. So yeah, if you can, if you want to check that out, here's the address that'll take you to its website. So yeah, go check it out, see if you can get yourselves registered, and yeah, I'm really excited for that. So just to say this again, just in case you forget, Retro Game Con 2015, sorry, will be held on Saturday, November the 14th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Center of Progress building at the New York State Fairgrounds in Syracuse, New York. And my panel, Ask a Brony, will be at the Twilight Town Room from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So if you can, definitely go check it out, and yeah, definitely go to Retro Game Con's website and see if you can get yourselves registered. And yeah, if you see me at this upcoming con that's gonna be coming up, then by all means, come up to me and say hi. Take care.